Last night was WEC. You're tight with Mike Brown. You guys go a long ways back. And I think, Mike, like you, is a good example of a guy who, came from one discipline, has added a lot of the elements. But then last night you saw a guy in Jose Aldo who's 23, who's basically been training in MMA since he's a kid. And, it's a tough road for some of the older guys with guys who are coming out of gyms. I mean, Josh Crispy is another great example. That kid's ridiculous at, 21 or 22. So what's your thoughts on what happened last night with Mike?
Yeah, that stinks. Mike's a good friend, and these kids, they're younger, they're faster, and they're more educated now on the sport than we were when we started. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny because sometimes I see where the people are learning watered down, it's not, it's not pure MMA. I guess I would say that they're not really covering all the true fundamentals of everything, and they're just kind of picking up things here and there. And then there are the other people that are hitting, that have great, solid all-around skills. And it's kind of right now hit or miss. It's kind of in that growing stage. So as far as with Mikey, I know he'll be back. This is what he does, and he's come back from losing fights and looked great afterwards. And he'll come back. But Jose Aldo is obviously the real thing.
Well, last thing, you diagnosed what happened in the fight, at least what you thought, and you were talking about the kick. So explain that to the casual fan out there.
Well, in that fight, I think that when it came out, Mikey was paying attention to his hands at first, and Aldo used his hands to set up really fast leg kicks, and Mike just wasn't checking leg kicks. And then it kind of messed up Mike's footwork, and then when Mike started watching and kind of moving, you could tell with the way he was moving with his feet, looking for the kicks after he'd throw a couple, that set up his hands. So then Aldo would let his hands go, and then then Mike was, I think, frustrated and forced to shoot. He had no choice, so he started shooting on him, trying to take him down, and fell kind of into Aldo's game. I mean, obviously that's what they knew he was going to do at some point, and try to take it down to the ground, and he was prepared.
I thought the other nutty part was the technique on the ground, because you see guys get someone's back, flatten them out. Mike's a big, strong guy, and he was literally flopping on the ground because he had the hooks, and I guess he crossed his legs, which someone told me last night you're not supposed to do. Yeah. But it worked, and Mike couldn't move.
Yeah. No, it worked, and he cleared. When you're not supposed to cross your legs and keep your legs crossed like that, because you can get your legs hooked and end up breaking your ankles, actually. And but he kept releasing right when he was supposed to, so it wasn't like he kept him crossed the whole time. He did it really smart. I mean, he locked him down and he held him there, and that is hard to do. It looked like remember Matt Hughes and Hoist Gracie, same idea.